when it's time to. No, I know that Good morning. Welcome to Morehouse School of Medicine. My name is Ngozi Anachibe, and I serve as the Senior Associate Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs. Today is a special day for all of us as we take a moment to welcome our entering 2021 class, all 294 students, the largest entering class in the school history. At this time, I call to order the 37th Convocation White Coat and Pinning Ceremony of Morehouse School of Medicine. I am joined today by Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice, President and CEO of Morehouse School of Medicine, Dr. Adrian Tyndall, Executive Vice President for Health Affairs and Dean of the Morehouse School of Medicine, Reverend Dr. Marvin Crawford, School Chaplain, Associate Professor of Clinical Medicine, and Senior Pastor of First St. Paul African Methodist Episcopal Church, and the other distinguished members of our platform party, Dr. Martha Elks, Senior Associate Dean for Educational Affairs, Dr. Stephanie Miles Richardson, Associate Dean, Graduate Education in Public Health, Dr. Denita Eatman, Assistant Dean, Graduate Studies, Dr. Pangela Dawson, Founding Director for Physician Assistant Studies, and Ms. Brianna Kinnell, JEB Student Government Association President. Additionally, particularly in today's ceremony are the following programs: Doctor of Medicine, Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences, Master of Science in Biomedical Research, Online Master of Science in Biotechnology, Master of Science in Clinical Research, Online Master of Science in Health Informatics, Master of Science in Medical Sciences, Master of Science in Neuroscience, Master of Physician Assistant Studies, Master of Public Health, and Online Executive Master of Public Health. At this time, if you are able, please stand for the Morehouse School of Medicine Alma Mater SOAR, performed by Ms. Ida Mduru.
We will answer to our call as we walk through these hallowed halls of hope. For with our hearts will to serve by commitment, and with our minds built to solve mysteries. Though we seem bound for one endless destination, yet we will boldly spread our wings as we soar to the highest place of proudly we will stand forever tall as we face the giants of life, then watch them fall. Bravely we will fight to endure as we seek some earthly cure for all mankind. For as we stand on the shoulders of others, whom all have graced this noble place from ages past, we know with God on our side we can boldly take our stride as we soar to the highest place of dreams. As we soar to the highest place of dreams. As we soar to the highest
Dr. Montgomery Rice, we are growing. We are growing. I think next convocation, we will be in a different location. So go out and raise more money. And thank you for your patience. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the chaplain for Morehouse School of Medicine, the Reverend Dr. Marvin L. Crawford, who will lead us in the invocation. He is an associate professor of clinical medicine and senior pastor of First St. Paul African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Let us on this day receive the invocation. Let us bow. God our creator and God our keeper, God our helper and God our healer, God our faith for now and God our hope for tomorrow. We gather in this 37th convocation with our hearts filled with thanksgiving. We thank you for life, laughter, learning, and living. We give you thanks for this living organism of change, Morehouse School of Medicine. Let it continue to create and advance health equity for all people in all places and at all times. We give you thanks for these learners who will become the leaders that will contribute to and continue to make health equity reality for all people. Give each of these learners stamina, strength, and wisdom to endure the course of studies, to change the course of history. We give you thanks for leadership. Thank you, God, for president. Thank you, God, for our new dean. Thank you, God, for all others who stand in the gap to make this Morehouse School of Medicine a reality. And on this day, God, we lift with sadness in our heart those families, those friends, and even strangers, God, who have endured the pandemic, who have lost, some have lost their homes, some have lost their jobs, some have lost their hopes, their livelihood, some have lost their health, and unfortunately, some have even lost their lives. Comfort, we pray, God, and let us, oh God, not in the midst of this pandemic, lose hope. So lead us to the pandemic. Allow hope to be systemic. Let us keep our eyes on you and see no limit. Let us, oh God, not become stagnant. Let us not, God, equivocate, but push all to vaccinate. Let us, oh God, push the message that we can make a difference. And so on this day, come now, God, rekindle now the sacred flame of change. Let us not remain the same. Let us overcome the spiritual pause and forever claim your sacred cause. It is in your name we pray. It is in your name we believe. Come, in your name we pray. Everybody say, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land
the lyrics of Lift Every Voice and Sing, please turn to the program page 31. Thank you, Ms. Nduru.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Thank you, Dr. Crawford and Ms. Nduru. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Morehouse School of Medicine. It has been 7 years since Dr. Montgomery Rice was inaugurated, and she has truly been our leader and champion in our mission of advancing health equity, diversifying the health professional and scientific workforce, and addressing primary health care through programs in education, research, and service. We are especially excited to see how the Morehouse School of Medicine footprint continues to impact communities worldwide under Dr. Montgomery Rice's leadership. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Rice to the podium.
Good morning. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. When I was in the 7th grade at Matilda Hartley Elementary School in Macon, Georgia, I had the honor of giving the valedictorian speech. And Miss Betty Davis, my beloved teacher, made me say the serenity prayer over and over and over again. And she said, because you need to understand humility and humbleness. And as I look out in this audience today and I see the tripling of the size of Morehouse School of Medicine, I am humbled. And sometimes you have to let go and let God do the work. And that's what we have done at Morehouse School of Medicine. So I am so excited to welcome you to this 37th convocation. And I pray that God will continue to allow us to be humble as we continue to be champions for health equity, fighting for those who don't have a voice. Let me recognize our family and friends who are joining us via YouTube. They say, I guess that's what it is, some technology you're on, some platform. We hate that you cannot be here physically with us, But as you can see from the size of the number of students, we would have a problem fitting you in anyway. So Dr. Nachabe is right. We got to get more space, because as soon as this pandemic allows, we want you here in our presence, celebrating your loved ones. I have to recognize you all, the fact that we have 294 new students. Give ourselves a round of applause for that. 110 Doctor of Medicine, 9 Doctor of Philosophy and Biomedical Sciences, 7 Master of Science in Biomedical Research, 39 online Master of Science in Biotechnology, 4 Master of Science in Clinical Research, 13 online Master of Science in Health Informatics, 38 Master of Science in Medical Sciences, 4 Master of Science in Neuroscience, 23 Master of Public Health, 7 Executive Master of Public Health, and 40 Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies. Many of these programs are new, and you are serving as ambassadors for us to the world of what's possible when you allow yourself to believe in possibilities. It has given me great joy to watch the growth and the development of these programs. And I have to thank all of the faculty, some who are represented here, all of the leaders, all of the administrative staff, everyone who has partnered with the Morehouse School of Medicine to make this day a reality for us. We have been dealing with you all over the last 22 months now, dual pandemics of racial injustice in this country and this novel coronavirus. And this year has emphasized more than we could have ever predicted that the world actually does need what we do best. And what we do best, you all, is sitting right here in this audience. We educate and train the healthcare professional, the biomedical sciences, the public health leaders. We educate and train those persons who are going to go out and change the world. Graduates of Morehouse School of Medicine are not only exceptional leaders, but they are also pillars in the communities in which they live and serve. They champion health equity such that the promise of medicine and science will extend to the individuals who need it most. That's what we mean when we say health equity, giving people what they need, when they need it, and the amount they need to reach their optimal level of health. So I want to thank and congratulate this entering class. I want to thank you for choosing Morehouse School of Medicine. I want to thank your families for entrusting us with your well-being. And we look to have them in person. For some of you, 1 year, for some of you, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Some of y'all are gonna creep up to 7 years. When you walk across that stage, and we will be able to say, job well done. And then we will look into the future and see the health equity champion that you have become. At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium Brianna Kennel, the president of the JEB Student Government Association. Brianna. She's coming. She was sitting with her class.
Greetings. My name is Brianna Kendall, and on behalf of the 2021-2022 JEB Student Government Association, I am honored to have the opportunity to welcome you and your loved ones into the Morehouse School of Medicine family. Maya Angelou once said, "I sustain myself with the love of family." Here at Morehouse School of Medicine, family is a concept interwoven into the very fibers of everything that we do. Now more than ever, we realize the importance of family, community, and compassion for others. As you all work together to realize our shared goal of advancing health equity, Morehouse School of Medicine family, faculty, staff, and your fellow classmates will be there to support you every step of the way. Your time here will not always be easy, but the good times will outweigh the bad. The smiles and laughter will outweigh the tears. You have what it takes to do this. You being here is not by chance or happenstance. Always remember, you have what it takes to succeed. You have enough grit to see this through to the end. Push yourself and those around you to continue to reach greater heights and always strive for excellence. Learn to lean on one another and care for each other. It is my hope that you find solace in knowing that even after leaving this illustrious institution, you will always be able to call Morehouse School of Medicine home. Once again, it has been a privilege to have the opportunity to welcome you into our family. Congratulations on making it to such a momentous occasion in your life. I am very excited to see what your future will hold for you all and the impacts you will make on your communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Brianna. We had the opportunity to have breakfast this morning, and it was nice getting to know you. You can see why we are so confident and proud at Morehouse School of Medicine is because our students are already making an impact in how we lead the creation and advancement of health equity. At this time, we will recognize our merit scholars. The recipients are listed on page 26 and 27. Dr. Nachabe, please join me to recognize these exemplary scholars. I want to take a moment to recognize the individuals and organizations who make these scholarships possible. Individuals such as our very own board chairman, Arthur Collins, and his wife, Sela, whose contributions fund the Arthur R. Collins Honor Scholarship. Dr. Goshen Harji, an MSM alumnus who continues to reach back and give to the institution in support of our students, creating the Goshen Harji Endowed Scholarship. Then there are organizations such as the Coca-Cola Company, whose contributions support the Coca-Cola Medical Scholars Award. And of course, the Bloomberg Philanthropies, whose last year gifted $26.4 million in scholarships and student wraparound services. Of course, one of our longest running scholarships, the Women with Heart Scholarships, whose efforts and contributions support the Eileen Maupin Women with Heart Scholarship Fund. These are just a few examples of the partnerships and the support that we have from the state, from within the state, within the city, and around the country. Please know, donors, that your contributions allow us to educate and train leaders who make an impact and leaders who are going to save lives. We thank you for your presence today and for supporting these scholars and for your belief in the work we do here at Morehouse School of Medicine. Dr. Nachabe.
We have a complete listing of our scholarships and their recipients on our website, and I will make sure that I share that program that is complete with all of you so you can share with your families. So the program that you have, we don't have all the names listed. When your name is called, please stand and be recognized in the audience. I ask everyone to hold your applause until we have announced all the names. Our merit scholarships are awarded to students who display exceptional scholastic ability as evidenced in their academic performance. These include scholarships awarded up to 4 years and are conditional upon students maintaining high academic standards during this period of matriculation. First, we present the Tome Scholars Fund Scholarship to our qualifying MD students. And they are, we have 2 Tome scholars, Kiana A. Murray and Kaylin A. Turner. Congratulations. Next, this year's recipient of the Robert Woodruff Foundation Scholarship is Onyinye N. Okere. This year's recipient of the Steve Rosen Direct Scholarship is Theodora C. Abba. This year's qualifying MD recipients of the Georgia Operation Keepsake Scholarship are Yazan N. Al-Madani, Kosi Somachi C. Orizu, and Afan S. Wasti. Congratulations. Morehouse School of Medicine Merit Scholarships are awarded to these qualifying MD students: Maria Gabriela Seplovich, Janelle Iris M. Tangal, and Gerald V. Jones, Jr. MSM Merit Scholarships are awarded to these qualifying physician assistant students: Parion L. Alexander, Akeem Borum, Jada Highland, Marcia B. Ravere, Destiny Sims, Shavana C. Taping, and Ashley N. Williams. And I do apologize sincerely if I mispronounce your name. Next, this year's qualifying MD students for the UPS Foundation Scholarship are Tilana S. Baker, Jalicia S. Gregory, Jean Osoha, Lionel K. Wankap, Christina Presmy, Naima Rashid, Karima Rokins, Jera N. Whitehead, Rodney B. Whitney, and Nicholas W. Wilson. Congratulations. Next, I have the privilege of presenting our presidential scholars from our physician assistant program: Alicia Abels, Leah C. Arms, Priscilla Cavalho, Vanessa Castro, Jennifer A. Farman, Jessica C. Joyner, Emily Liang, Christine A. Miller, Nnamdi Ofodile, Courtney J. Philpott, Cassandra C. Riley, Megan E. Titus, and Sarah Woku. Congratulations. May I have our next presidential scholars from the Master of Public Health program. Please stand as your name is called. Jared T. Bailey, Frank Barnes, Kayla S. Berry, Mia Davis, Darian L. McFadden, and Jamia N. Hart. Congratulations. We have one presidential scholar from the Master of Science in Biomedical Research Program, Tiana T. Joseph. Our presidential scholars from the Master of Science in the Medical Sciences Program are Teriana L. Carter, Dianabu Diallo, Jordan R. Howard, Erica Humphrey, Samsudeen Iyama, Michaela Gerald, Oluwatomi Ladipo, Temia B. Lewis, Akira J. Palm, Cian Patterson, Lindsay Paul, Monet S. Seru, William Speakman Smith, and Mackenzie N. Wall. Congratulations. We present the Arthur and Stella Collins MPH Endowed Scholarship to our qualifying MPH students, and they are Joy L. Anderson, Jared T. Bailey, Ty X. Chambers, Vanessa Ewe, Gabrielle Fisher, Samuel E. Freeman, Zaria J. Hollins, Prada House, Kamal Hughes, Yakiri N. Houghton, Rashad A. Kuku, Ashley Lloyd, Carolina Mahaffey, Ashton D. Tanner, Joanna Y. Thomas, Aaron Wiggins, Hunter A. Williams, and Ayiba Tonye Zofa. Again, I apologize for butchering your names. I will get it right. Next, we have the Janet M. Blumenthal PhD Memorial Scholarship, and it goes to one qualifying MPH student. This year's recipient is Afi Asante. Now for our graduate education in biomedical sciences scholarships. From the MSMS program, we have Leander Brooks, Kristen Dixon, Jada Grant, Osei Paco, and Kathana Rao. From the MSBR program, we have Darlene A. Beverly, Natalia Hill, Brianna H. Hudson, and Precious Tatum. From the MSBT program, we have Jalen Campbell, Alexia Kofer, Erica Fields, Nathan J., Jashelle M., Jean Paul, Leilani Johnson, Tequila Jones, Prentice S. Marshall, Darylyn C. Nelson, Ayomide Olayiwola, and Philip A. Robinson. From the Master of Science in Clinical Research program, we have Chinonso S. Ebwe Ojiorogwe. Congratulations, Chinonso. The Master of Science in Health Informatics students, they are in the graduate education in the biomedical sciences, and the scholarship recipients are Danielle M. Duvernay, Tamaya Eatman, Brian Edwards, George M. Gordon the Jr., Wanda J. Lyons, Tia Vance, and Crystal R. Vanderpool Williams. Congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients. I now call back to the podium our president, Dr. Montgomery Rice.
Thank you, Dr. Nachebe, and congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients. Again, donors, I hope that you appreciate how we would not be able to make these type of awards without your contributions, so we really do appreciate it. It is now my honor to call to the podium our new Executive Vice President for Health Affairs and Dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. Joseph Adrian Tindall. Dr. Tindall is an emergency medicine physician who joined the Morehouse School of Medicine family on July 1st from the University of Florida College of Medicine. He brings extensive experience in academic medicine and health services management. We look forward to the many ways our academic, research, and clinical enterprises will flourish under his leadership. Dean Tindall, please come to the podium.
Good morning. Oh, that was not loud enough. Good morning. What a great day the Lord has made, as my grandmother used to say. Thank you, President Montgomery Rice, and I'm really honored by this opportunity. When I first got here in July, I experienced graduation, and now I'm experiencing convocation, and I'm looking across this room, and I just have to say I'm so proud of all of you for what you're about to accomplish. So congratulations. This is really and truly a special place. Now it's my distinct privilege to introduce our convocation speaker. Our speaker today is beloved by the entire Morehouse School of Medicine family. A board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist, she's an alumnus of the Morehouse School of Medicine, where she completed her medical education, internship, and residency training in obstetrics and gynecology. We've all been already graced by her lovely presence today. And of course, I'm speaking of the none other, but the incomparable Dr. Ngozi Anachabe. She's a champion of health equity and diversifying the physician and scientific workforce. Dr. Anachabe served Morehouse School of Medicine for more than 20 years. She currently serves as the Senior Associate Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs, but also has held the roles of Chief Resident of the OBGYN Clerkship Director and Assistant and Associate Dean for Admissions, Student Affairs, and Undergraduate Medical Education. She's had a lot of titles, and she's done a lot of work. Dr. Anachabe believes in creating pathways for students underrepresented in medicine especially, and science to successfully matriculate into health professions. Throughout her career, she's shepherded countless students on their path to become exceptional public health professionals, biomedical scientists, clinical researchers, practitioners, and academicians. Her leadership and her commitment to ensuring Morehouse School of Medicine recruits, educates, and trains professionals dedicated to our mission is clearly evident in the alumni who continue to serve in underserved communities, practice in primary care and core specialties, and advocate for policies, systems, and solutions to advance equity. A recognized expert in student recruitment and retention, as well as in undergraduate medical education, Dr. Anachabe serves as a co-investigator on Morehouse School of Medicine's multi-year Health Research Services Administration Careers Opportunity Program grant. She's an original member of the Association of American Medical Colleges MCAT Validity Committee and has significantly improved the holistic review of medical school applicants. A true servant and a true servant leader, Dr. Anachabe is equally passionate about women's health and improving reproductive health outcomes for women who come from underserved and vulnerable populations. Her clinical and research interests include pharmacotherapeutics, disparities in reproductive health outcomes, obesity, menopausal treatment, and predictors of student success. Well respected in her field, Dr. Anachabe is a diplomat of the American Board of Obstetrics and Gynecology and a fellow of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. She's the recipient of the 2018 Mentor of the Year Award from the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, District 4, and the 2019 Leadership Award from the National Medical Association, Region 3. She's a member of the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Medical Society, and she serves on the Mercer University College of Pharmacy Board of Visitors and is a 2020 graduate of the Hedwig van Amerigen Executive Leadership in Academic Medicine, which is the ELAM program. I encourage you to please read her bio found in pages within the program and to learn the many ways that Dr. Anachabe is leading the creation and advancement of health equity. I can't wait to hear the invaluable wisdom that she will bring and impart to us today. I've spoken to her about it, and I know that a treat awaits you. Dr. Anachabe.
Thank you all so much. And thank you, Dean Tyndall. President Montgomery Rice, Dean Adrian Tyndall, esteemed Morehouse School of Medicine faculty and staff, alumni, friends, and families of the entering class of 2021, and you, my students. Thank you for this singular honor to address our 2021 entering classes. At Morehouse School of Medicine, Convocation is a rite of passage, a new beginning, which celebrates the official start of professional studies. I am humbled to help welcome you to Morehouse School of Medicine and to encourage you on your journey. As you sit before me, I want you to think about your life goals, dreams, and ambitions. Morehouse School of Medicine is only a stop on the way to your greatness. I encourage you to dream big. Harriet Tubman is quoted as having said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength and patience and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world." Yes, as I stand here looking at you, my students, future colleagues, and fellow alumni, so well professionally turned out, your future is so bright, my heart sings. I couldn't be prouder of all of you and your dedication to hard work that made your presence here today possible. The faculty, staff, and alumni of Morehouse School of Medicine did a fantastic job of recruiting you. You are our future, our best assets, and the ones who will ensure we achieve our laudable and audacious noble vision of leading the creation and advancement of health equity. A small, young, freestanding, community-based medical school with a can-do attitude. Morehouse School of Medicine is making a difference, one student, one patient, one household, one disease, and one community at a time. Improving the health and well-being of the vulnerable communities we serve is a core mission of the Morehouse School of Medicine. We are nationally recognized for our social mission. As Dr. Martha Elks, the Oracle, likes to say, we are of this community with many of our faculty, staff, and students coming from Atlanta and Georgia. Our students are in and with the community from the first year. Morehouse School of Medicine proudly celebrates true diversity in all of its manifestations. As I stand looking at you in the audience, I could not agree more. Students, You are truly lucky to be receiving your education at this unique institution where everyone from our outstanding housekeeping staff, facility staff, our public safety, administrative staff, faculty, researchers, physicians, clinicians, healthcare providers, and administrators are all united in their focus on diversifying the healthcare, scientific, and public health workforce. Despite their diverse backgrounds, perspectives, philosophies, abilities, religions, languages, ethnic origins, and socio-demographic backgrounds. Morehouse School of Medicine has shown that diversity plus mission equals excellence. Morehouse School of Medicine has lived up to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream of judging people by the contents of their character and not the color of their skin. I see Morehouse School of Medicine as the shining example of what this great United States of America can become. Students, I encourage you not to judge a book by its cover. Yes, go look up the 2018 MasterCard commercial, music sung by 6 artists that some people may say do not look the part. The commercial is easily one of my top 3 favorite commercials of all time. These different singers have overcome quite a bit, and their outside packaging, their look, their style, race, etc., do not match their musical style and exceptional singing. I love Cesar's voice, who sings like an angel, but does not look like one. Can you believe a Chicano indie rock band or a Black rock band, a Canadian Aboriginal folk artist, a blind Italian-American blues guitarist, a disabled pop star? Amniotic band syndrome caused her right arm not to form, just throwing in some obstetrics there for you. And a Filipino-American female rapper, go figure. Don't let what others think of you limit you. Every time you interact with the public, knock their socks off with how great you are. Some people will minimize who you are simply because you are a Morehouse School of Medicine student. Quickly disabuse them of any such misgivings. Yes, go out there and carve out your place in this world. Here at Morehouse School of Medicine, you will find kindred spirits, brothers and sisters from other mothers, mentors, coaches, advisors, and sponsors who look nothing like you, but who are completely committed to your success. Yes, Morehouse School of Medicine is like no other school. I want each one of you to be audacious in your dreams and then to dedicate yourself to the hard work necessary to make your dreams become a reality. Today is the culmination of years of dedicated studying, but you must not falter. Keep your eyes on the prize, however you define that. General Colin Powell stated, "A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work." Morehouse School of Medicine has a major strategic plan of training future leaders in public health, biomedical sciences, and in healthcare. For us to accomplish this goal, our students and greatest assets must play a leading role. You are the ones we have been waiting for. You are the chosen ones. Each one of you was hand-selected by our faculty. We saw the potential in you. You all have that fire in the belly. So I look to you to put in the long hours to become leaders in your respective fields. I have had the honor to interview hundreds of Morehouse School of Medicine students. And the one theme I gathered from their responses to my question on how they were able to achieve so much success is always their unflinching determination to work hard to succeed. They were humble, readily accepted feedback from their faculty, mentors, supervisors, and they were not reluctant to change or tweak their study habits or to seek help if things were not working out. I have learned so much from my students across these many years. Tenacity, dedication to pursuing one's dream, humility, compassion, and empathy. Many of you are familiar with my taglines, messages I send with my emails depending on the situation, recipient, or my prevailing mentality. I'll share this tagline from one of my former students and former OBGYN resident, and now a good friend, Dr. Keisha Renee Collins. This is an amalgam of two of our taglines, one from the Carthaginian general and statesman Hannibal, translated from Latin to English, "I will either find a way or make one." And a quote from the late Mr. Nelson Mandela, former South African president and anti-apartheid activist, "I never lose, I either win or learn." Dr. Collins' tagline encourages us to be courageous and to learn from every experience, good or bad. Sometimes you learn what to do and sometimes what not to do. She, like so many of you, embodies resilience, dedication to duty, and unflinching determination to achieve one's goals in life. Like Dr. Collins, I know that you too will overcome the obstacles on your path and will achieve great things. My Empowered Student Wellness Group, some of you are here, took it upon themselves to initiate Motivational Mondays in early 2020 before COVID-19 shut the campus to in-person learning. Lawrence McKinney, who's our current PhD student, and he's an alumnus of our MPH program, shared this quote from Booker T. Washington. "Success is to be measured not so much by the position one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed." Dr. Nikki Jones, who is on her internship in pediatrics in Orlando, Florida, believes that unless someone can look into the core of your heart and see the degree of your passion, or look into the depths of your soul and see the extent of your will, then they have no business telling you what you can or cannot achieve. Because while they may know the odds, they do not know you. I believe, as does the abolitionist and statesman, Mr. Frederick Douglass, that our destiny is largely in our hands. We are better off today than when Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer lived. She was the youngest of 20 children of Mississippi sharecroppers. She began picking cotton with her family when she was only 6 years old. Despite her love for spelling and poetry, she had to leave school at the age of 12. In spite of it all, she worked hard to ensure that life was slightly better for those in her community. Despite inability to attend a US graduate school for his PhD, Dr. Percy Lavon Julian, famed Howard University chemist, went on to earn his PhD from the University of Vienna, the first African-American to earn a PhD in chemistry, and the first person to synthesize physostigmine, progesterone, and other corticosteroids. Not too distant past, Dr. Marian Gerald Hood, one of my OBGYN attendants at the Dane South Fulton Hospital, had his medical school application to Emory University rejected solely because of his race. He went on to earn his medical degree at Loyola University School of Medicine in Chicago. I only found this out late last year, and it explains why he was so invested in us residents being exceptional, no matter what. Yes, I want you, my students, to be exceptional in your studies. For the important work ahead of you requires exceptional knowledge, expertise, and dedication to your craft. Equally important is that the vulnerable and disadvantaged communities we serve deserve exceptional service and care. When you get tired and weary of your studies, I want you to think of the persons who will benefit from your knowledge. Disease, illness, poverty, and health disparities are relentless. You must be relentless in pursuing your education. You must remain dedicated to your work within our communities, in the lab and in the classroom. As Dr. Sean Garrison always says, you are agents of positive social change. Dr. G. The German philosopher and philologist Friedrich Nietzsche wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear any how." You have your why for being at Morehouse School of Medicine. I know you will have moments of doubt or fatigue. I encourage you to persevere, taking things one day at a time. Reward yourself for each accomplishment, no matter how small. Take care of yourself every day. Life is a marathon. Find 30 minutes to an hour daily where you do something that makes you happy. As the late Coach Jim Valvano said, there's 86,400 seconds in a day. It's up to you to decide what to do with them. Be kind to yourself and others. You will have moments when you suck. We are human and sometimes fail. Suck it up, pick yourself up, and rededicate yourself to excellence. Because as someone said, excellence is the only objective. Mediocrity is intolerable and excuses are simply unacceptable. I began my medical studies at Morehouse School of Medicine as a young mother of 3 young children. My youngest was barely 5 months old. Thank God for the incredible kindness of my classmates, the MD class of 1998, and Shanda Haley Blackman, now herself a married mother of 3. The preclinical years were a little easier for me as I was able to stay home with my children, saving money that otherwise would have been spent at a daycare center. I only attended classes that were mandatory. Now I'm telling you, as my students, you must go to class. Shanda readily shared her amazing notes, taking the time to call me at the end of each day to tell me she was faxing me her notes, and she received nothing in return other than thank you from me. Helping a classmate does not diminish your chance of success. At Morehouse School of Medicine, we are family. You are brothers and sisters, and working collaboratively, all of you will be successful. Thank you, Dr. Finley, for taking this picture of Shanda and myself, because Shanda does exist. I have no doubt about your success, for you are training at my alma mater, notable for creating a nurturing, affirming, empowering, and inclusive learning environment where we shift the curve. Our students consistently outperform what their entering credentials predict. You are surrounded and guided by incredibly talented and caring faculty who are committed to your success. Yes, I know firsthand, for I do not think I would have achieved the elements of success that I have been blessed with were it not for MSM. Milieu with mentoring, exceptional and uniquely structured curriculum, and monitoring with immediate feedback. I encourage you to trust the process. Our faculty have a long track record of helping students reach and exceed their potential in medicine, public health, and the biomedical sciences. Yes, I am seeing the excellent results our physician assistant studies students are posting. Our inaugural physician assistant class is on their way to graduating, and I am pleased with their less than national attrition level. Let's clap for them, please. So, as our new physician assistant students, you are joining great company. Coach Jimmy V said, in every single day, in every walk of life, ordinary people do extraordinary things. Ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. You will accomplish extraordinary things. In summary, I remind you to dream big, apply yourself, and keep an open mind. Run your race. The poem Desiderata that you have copies with you encourages all these. It tells us that if you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. So as I prepare to join the work being done at the Wright State University Bishop School of Medicine, I look forward to helping them uplift the communities they serve, recruit and train the physicians that our increasingly diverse nation needs. Physicians who are exceptionally competent, caring, and culturally humble. Physicians who will ensure positive outcomes for all patients, regardless of their socio-demographic descriptors. I will continue to prioritize our Dr. Janice Avocado's mandate of training physicians who may not all go into the primary care specialties, but who will be primarily caring. I must thank the entire Morehouse School of Medicine community for welcoming me, nurturing me, and helping me become the person standing before you today. I have spent my entire medical career at this amazing place for a reason. It is the wonderful people of Morehouse School of Medicine that make it such an amazing place. Thank you for helping me reach my potential. Thank you to our amazing housekeeping and facilities staff who redoubled their efforts in March of 2020 when COVID closed the city, dutifully and lovingly cleaning and sanitizing every nook and cranny to ensure our students, staff, and faculty are healthy to continue their work. These staffers are very much invested in our mission of training the physicians and healthcare providers that our nation needs, and training public health professionals and biomedical scientists. Mr. Terry Graham, Mr. Michael Hill, Ms. Brittany Loyal-Laster, I see you all. Thank you to our capable public safety officers, our police officers, our security officers. Each one of you has made our campus the one place I felt safest in other than in my home. Mr. Fred Rowland, I see you. Mr. Fred Rowland has been proudly making his evening rounds since my medical student days. Thank you, Officer Angela Bird, readily going to pick up my student whose car died in the Atlanta August 93-degree heat. Chief Chevalier making use of his police connections to de-escalate things when my student was hauled off to jail in the middle of nowhere in rural Georgia. Excuse me. Thank you to all the staff who dutifully managed the COVID-19 testing of the entire Morehouse School of Medicine community. Thank you for keeping us healthy. I want to also say thank you to our amazing Morehouse healthcare nurses and staff, the entire Morehouse School of Medicine staff, my amazing admissions, student affairs, and undergraduate medical education staff, past and present, the commencement planning committee, Grady Memorial Hospital, housekeeping staff, nurses, allied medical staff, advanced practitioners, front desk staff, medical records, billing, parking, public safety. Morehouse School of Medicine, current and former students, my Empower Student Wellness Group, wherever you may be. Many of you are still Morehouse School of Medicine students, and a few of you are in this auditorium today. Onyinyo Koma, I see you. Stand up where you are. Yeli Bangura, Justin Baker, Talasia Haynes, thank you. All our Morehouse School of Medicine residents and fellows, past and present, the MD Admissions Committee members so ably led by Dr. Karen Russell Randall, Department Chairpersons, Center and Institute Directors, my patients, for allowing my students to learn from them and for trusting their care to me. I thank the entire Morehouse School of Medicine faculty, each and every one of you. I could not have done my job without your longtime support and collaboration. We have so many unsung heroes. These are faculty and staff without fancy titles who always answer the call to educate, support, guide, mentor, coach, and inspire our students. Thank you to all those who repeatedly said yes to the request from the Office of Admissions and Student Affairs and Undergraduate Medical Education. The list is so long, I cannot possibly name all of you. But I want to also thank Attorney Megan Douglas for readily accepting to serve as an advisor to our students. Dr. K. Marie King for going above what was required to serve as a faculty advisor. Dr. Ernest Alima Mensah, Dr. Elaine Achibuka, Dr. Hedy Fong, Dr. Todd White, Dr. Kerry Bayer, Dr. Siobhan Brooks, Dr. Lynn Gardner, Dr. Judith Volsi, Dr. Mary Langley, Ms. Katha Smith, yes, I know you are now retired, Ms. Mary Davis, Dr. Lee Kaplan, and so many staff and faculty in the Department of Community Health and Preventive Medicine, our course and clerkship directors. Yes, diversity plus mission equals excellence. Thank you to these unsung heroes, Mr. John Smith, our IRB Assistant Chair, who understands the importance of safeguarding our diverse students from the daily request from outsiders to survey them. Dr. Adesoji Oderinde and Dr. Marvin Crawford, who are always available to help students learn how to ace the Step 2 CK exam. Dr. Victor Blake, Dr. Franklin Gary, Dr. Brenda Clement, learning community mentors, faculty clinical scholars, Dr. David Anderson, Dr. John Patrickson, Dr. Kelvin Thomas, Dr. Hedwig St. Louis, Didi, and Dr. Saladin Cooper, who readily answered my call to figure out how to educate our physician assistant students on their labor and delivery rotation. Thank you, Dr. Shalis Singh. Thank you, Dr. Joe Locoli, my mentor from my third year medical student days. My heroes and role models are here at Morehouse School of Medicine. I have so many. I could not possibly name each one of you. Thank you to my OBGYN attendants. Thankfully, many of you are still with us today. Doctors Gabriel Nassa and Roland Patillo. Thank you to Dr. James Densler, Dr. D. Love you, Dr. D, my father here at Morehouse School of Medicine. Dr. D is the first African-American pediatric surgeon in the entire United States. Mrs. Mabel Densler, I see you. Doctors Marvin Crawford, Franklin Gary, Gail Maddox, Dr. Quentin Ted Smith, my favorite Dr. Smith. Dr. Marjorie Smith, my favorite Dr. Smith. Thank you to my brothers and sisters from other mothers and kindred spirits, Dr. Robert Slovita, Dr. Vina Rao, Dr. Zhigan Jiang, Dr. Ann Zhou, Dr. Richard Snyder, Dr. Zhuing Zhao, Dr. Marlene McLeish, Dr. Kitty Carter Wicker. Finally, thank you to my sponsors, Dr. Montgomery Rice, who in 2017, when I visited my homeland, Nigeria, unsolicited gave me a check from her personal funds to add to the seed money I give to poor women in Nigeria who earn less than $3 a day. Despite walking 15 to 20 miles each way to go to rural farms to buy corn and vegetables, which they sell by the roadside, this money helped them to buy goods in larger quantities and negated the daily trips to farms, improving their bottom line. Dr. VMR, Nigeria salutes you. Dr. Martha Elks, my sister from another mother. Dr. Sandra Harris-Zucker, I love you, Dr. HH. And so, as I leave our beloved institution, my alma mater, I leave knowing and supremely confident in my capabilities as an obstetrician gynecologist, administrator, clinician educator, and advocate for the poor, well trained by my mentors, heroes, staff, and faculty, be one of the now more than 2,000 Morehouse School of Medicine alumni who are agents of positive social change. I know that I am leaving my beloved students in excellent hands. Welcome, Dean Adrian Tyndall. I know that you are student-focused and you care for our students. My heart is full. To my students, I will always be with you, though from afar. I will only be a phone call, text, or email away. I leave you with this last quote. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life that we lead. As I like to say, we're on a mission. Diversity plus mission equals excellence. Thank you so much.
So yes, it is time to don our coats, but I will ask that you, Dr. Nachabe, join me for a moment, please. You may want to bring the tissue.
Hi, Dr. Nachabe. Thank you for being a loving advocate and inspiration for me and other students in Morehouse School of Medicine. You always kept it real because you always cared. I remember your remarkable presence every time you walk into a room, captivating and warm. You'd go from telling us a firm message to saying a joke, embracing us with your warmth and sense of humor. Thank you for supporting me and other students in our professional and personal journeys. Congratulations on your next step in your career of inspiring leadership.
Congratulations, Dr. Anachabe, on your appointment as Dean for Boonshoff School of Medicine at Wright State University. I know that you're going to do an excellent job. You're going to be dearly missed at Morehouse School of Medicine. Congratulations.
Dr. Anachabe, when I received the message that this wonderful surprise was being prepared for you, I wanted to take the time to just say how much I appreciate you, my OBGYN sister. You have been a light, a guiding force, a true North Star for the students and for Morehouse School of Medicine. We're so sad to see you go, but I know that in your next assignment, you will also bless them with your grace, your integrity, your intelligence, and all that makes you beloved by our community. This is Dr. Miranda Williams, OBGYN, saying Godspeed and we love you.
This is John Ray, MSM class of 1999. I'm so excited for you and this new path on your professional journey. Your dedication to excellence, kind and energetic personality, combined with an effervescent smile, have all become synonymous with MSM. As an alumnus, you've always represented our institution with the greatest pride. Thank you for all you have done for the faculty, staff, students, and alumni at MSM. May you continue to soar. Congratulations.
Hi, Dr. Anachabe. It's Rachel Mather with class of 2012. I just wanted to say congratulations on your new position and thank you so much for all of your years of service at Morehouse School of Medicine. You are an inspiration to me and countless others, and we really appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you so much and best of luck to you. Take care.
Dr. Anachabe, Ngozi. You will be missed at this institution. I know your entire family. You know mine. You've been an inspiration to myself, my daughter Taylor, and many at this great institution. We all wish you well. May God continue to bless you and your entire family.
Hi, Dr. Anachabe. I am Daniel Driffin, Master of Public Health class of 2018. I, along with the rest of the MSM community, would like to congratulate you on your new position as Vice Dean of Education of Medicine at Wright State University. Your tenure at MSM has influenced countless students in medicine, research, and public health, especially as we create a healthier and more holistic community. I most certainly am one of those. I wish you continued success and blessings on your next journey. See you soon.
How do I say goodbye to what we had? I've made us laugh. I'm waiting back. I thought we'd get to see forever. Forever's gone now. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Dr. Nachabe, this is a very bittersweet moment for us. And we, first of all, thank you for your wonderful words of encouragement and for sharing your full self. What I always knew as the president and dean was that you were going to always bring your full self to work every day. And that I knew that no matter where I was in the world or in the country, raising money or doing whatever, that our students were in good hands because you were there. And that you had endeared the faculty and the staff to help you to make sure that we delivered on this promise to educate and train the healthcare professionals, the biomedical scientists, the public health leaders that the world needs. You have been integral to that for Morehouse School of Medicine. And we know, though we will never be able to fill your shoes, that we have so many of others who have learned from you that we will continue to be successful. Thank you so much for the many years that you have supported us, and we look forward to your continued growth. We love you. We need a picture. Okay. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, so now we have the opportunity to really, I think, begin anew. And this is what Convocation is about, you all. It really is about the opening of your academic career, the beginning. And I must say how important it is for us to be doing this together. Thank you for bearing with us as we celebrated Dr. Nachabe, but we could not let this moment pass without acknowledging everything that she has done. And there are a lot of you, and we're glad about that. So let's be patient as we acknowledge all of our students who will receive their white coats, their blue jackets, or their pens today. Dr. Nachabe, you ready? You composed enough? You ready? All righty. The show is yours.
And now for the main event. To start, we will recognize the MD students. Everybody's coming up in their learning communities. We will start with knowledge learning community. May I have the learning community faculty mentors, Dr. Ashley Kennedy Mitchell, Dr. Jinji Jen, and Dr. Khadijah Johnson to please join us on stage. Knowledge learning community, you will come up in two groups. We're trying to maintain some physical distance. Knowledge learning community, please come up to the stage as I call your name. Yazan Al-Madani, Justin Baker, Eleanor Clark, Caroline Idahan, Dimitri Johnson, Gerald Jones Jr., and Kylie Knowles. Thank you, Dr. Montgomery Rice and Dean Tyndall. Please join them and Dr. Crawford and assist the students with putting on their white coats. Yes, thank you. Please hand your white coats to those standing behind you. And if I can have you all stand so we can capture a good picture. Thank you so much. Let's exit the stage left. And now the second part of knowledge learning community faculty mentors, please remain on stage. Jean Osoha, Miranda Perry, Christina Presme, Alexander Uche Jr., Sadiq Walker Baker, Yu Wang, and Zoe Wilson. I know we rehearsed something different, but please come up to the stage, hand your white coat to the faculty standing on stage. Thank you. And let's please stand, smile, let's get a picture. Thank you so much, knowledge. Thank you, faculty mentors. We will now have Wisdom Learning Community. And may I have the Wisdom Learning Community faculty mentors please come up on stage and join us, Dr. James McCoy and Miss Angela Wimes. Wisdom, we're also coming up in 2 groups. Hannah Abobieri, Anthony Ajegu, Peyton Bolin, Miriam Gamra, Ariane Janae Link, and Jabari Jackson. Please join us on stage. Very good, looking beautiful. Thank you very much. You may exit the stage left. Faculty mentors, please remain on stage as the second group of Wisdom joins us. Vonetta Norflit, Edward Obu, Michelle Saint Sume, Alyssa Presley, Rodney Whitney Jr., Malcolm Williams Green, and Peter Yusuf. Wonderful. Congratulations, you may now return to your seats. And thank you, Dr. McCoy. We will now move on to our next learning community, service learning community. And may I have the learning community faculty mentors, Dr. Janice Hall and Dr. Rigobert Lapu. Please join us on stage. Service, we're coming up in 2 groups. We will start with Omojalade Akintade, Tamara Bracha, Cindy Ejindo, Dominique Eniat, Jalicia Gregory, Melissa Issa Bube, and Alex Ladd. Please join us on stage. Congratulations. You may now exit the stage. Faculty mentors, please remain on stage for the second group. Malcolm Nzuwa, Oluwatoyin Olagunju, Naima Rashid, Lauren Ugoke, Afan Wasti, Adam Whitset, and Jonasi Zamor. I think we all have our masks. Students, when you come up on stage, please come with your mask. And I'm told you can take it down for the pictures. Congratulations. And thank you, Dr. Hall and Dr. Lapu. We now move on to Excellence Learning Community. And excellence is guided by Dr. Carrie Bayer and Dr. Cinnamon Bradley. Please join us on stage. Excellence Learning Community, Victoria Asukwo, Jeremy Bierman, Caroline Donne, Zion Eberhardt, Idara Johnson, Stefan King, and Daryl Moore II. Please join us on stage. Now let's stand for the picture. Thank you, Excellence. You may now exit the stage. Faculty mentors remains on stage for the second group. Please come up to the stage as I call your name. Brittany Notice, Sawyer Reed, Jalen Robinson, Morgan Street, Janelle Iris Tangle, Shelby Ware, and Jerry Yu. All right, let's take the picture. Congratulations. Thank you. And thank you, faculty. So we will move on to innovation. Innovation Learning Community is guided by Dr. Indrajit Chowdhury and Dr. Lillian Lewis. Please join us on stage if you're here. And students, we're coming up in two groups. Danielle Ahmed, excuse me, I can pronounce that. Tylana Baker, Yeli Bangura, Alexis Cole, Kusona Fortingo, Lauren Hardiman, and Justin Ikara. Again, my apologies for butchering your name. Beautiful, thank you. You may now exit the stage. Second group of Innovation Learning Community, Bijal Nisreya, Matthew Nwerem, Michael Okafor, Onyinye Okoma, Janya Sims, Michaela Woodard, and Justin Woodridge. Beautiful. Congratulations, thank you. You may exit the stage, and thank you to our faculty mentors. We now get to Integrity Learning Community, and we will come up in groups of 2. First off, let's have the Learning Community faculty mentors please join us on stage. Dr. Sarah Green and Kimberly Redding. Integrity Learning Community, Farah Abaza, Kiera Ash, Phoebe Brock, Alden Brown, Joshua Byland, Deirdre Kennedy, and Matthew Mann. Beautiful. Thank you. You may now exit the stage. And the second group for Integrity Learning Community, please join us on stage as I call your names. Kelly Montgomery, Temilo Oluwa Onafuye, William Ross III, Maria Gabriela Seplovich, Ryan Thomas, Jerome Whitehead, and Prishay Wilson. Congratulations. Thank you. You may now exit the stage. Thank you, Integrity Learning Community faculty mentors. And now we get to leadership. May I have on stage the Leadership Learning Community faculty mentors, Drs. Carmen Dickinson Copeland, Norberta Fast, and Amy Lovejoy Moore. And will the following Leadership Learning Community students please join us on stage as I call your name? Hamdi Abdi, Abraham Amare, Robert Brown, Corinne Elkamus Binyamin, Flavia Flores, Chelsea Green, and Kiana Murray. And for all those coming up with their white coats, please make sure it's unbuttoned. Congratulations. Thank you, students. Faculty remain on stage. The second group for Leadership Learning Community, Kosio Masichi Orizu, Lionel One Cap, Victor Owiredu, Jalen Parham, Leslie Roman, Byron Ward Jr., and Kennedy Watson. Please join us on stage.
Dawson. Good afternoon, everyone. Special thank you to Dr. Rose for support and status in growing this program. This is our third cohort this year. It's the class of and to the class of 2023, we're about ready to recite the oath. We find it on page 20. Your brochure. I just want to encourage you guys to accept this white coat today. And in fact, this is the tool that you will want to go back to along the lines of the principles of the key profession, to align to the values of the profession. So as you treat your interpretations, please go back to this moment and remember this moment and this time. If you I'm joining online or reciting the oath as well. We'll read it together. Again, I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and integrity. I will hold my primary responsibility for health, safety, welfare, dignity of all people. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-beneficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast and advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge with the profession. These students pledge with sincerity and have won my heart. Welcome, class of 2023 to Morehouse Campus.
Thank you, Dr. Dawson. We will now proceed to our graduate education in the biomedical sciences of JEBS. Students, JEBS includes students in the Master of Science in Biomedical Research, Master of Science in Clinical Research, Master of Science in the Medical Sciences, Master of Science in Neuroscience, Master of Science in Health Informatics, Master of Science in Biomedical Technology, and Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences. They will come up in learning communities. We will start first with the Master of Science in Biomedical Research, Dr. Danita Eatman. Thank you. Students, please come to the stage as I call your names. Darling Beverly, Brianna Brock, Natea Hill, Brianna Hudson, Tiana Joseph, Tamia Mathis Perry, and Precious Tatum. Now exit the stage. And we now have our Master of Science in Biotechnology online. Doctors James Lillard and Angelina Howard, faculty mentors, please join us on stage. Joan Adebowale, Jessica Afan Nebo, Kia Brown, Jalen Campbell, Zipporah Cornelius, Alexandra Dumas, Erica Fields, Somiles Francis, and John Holmes. Please join us on stage. If I missed anyone, please join us on stage. Please note that Joshelle Jean-Pierre will be in the second group that comes up. Leilani Johnson, Tequila, all of you are in the second group, so please stand to the side. Thank you so much. So the second group for our online Master of Science in Biotechnology, Joshelle Jean-Pierre, Leilani Johnson, Tequila Jones, Shavandra Leak, Charlize Lovett, Prentice Marshall, Nadia McBean, Darylyn Nelson, Ayomida Olayo-Wola, Jalen Powers, Megan Jefferson, Philip Robinson, and Samuel Scott. I must say that I'm impressed that all of you are here with us today because you are really online. So welcome to the campus. Congratulations. You are now exiting the stage. Master of Science in Clinical Research, where are you? May I have the faculty mentors please join us on stage, Dr. Lily Immerclock and Dr. Alexander Pashi. Jade Avery, Dr. Gilbert Bastien, Chinonso Ebwe Ojioriwe, and Keandra Smith. Please join us on stage. So we can get it in the picture. Thank you so much. And now we will have the Learning Community Faculty Mentors, Dr. James Lillard and Dr. Angelina Howard, for our online Master of Science in Health Informatics. Please return back to the stage. Students, please come on stage as I call your name. Elton Cummings III, Deanna Hayes, Wanda Lyons, Jasmine Filbert, Consuela Simmons. Please join us on stage. I know that many of you are not here, and we are happy to have you present today. Congratulations. Now we have the Master of Science in the Medical Sciences, Dr. Rita Finley. Please join us on stage. Dr. Finley is the Director of the Master of Science in the Medical Sciences. Students were going to come up in 4 groups. The first group, Daria Anderson, Leanda Brooks, Terriana Carter, Yakia Clark, Diana Bo Diallo, Kristen Dixon, Juan Gomez, Jada Grant, Brianna Hayden, and Jordan Howard. Please join us on stage. Let's have that picture. Congratulations, students. You can now exit the stage. As the second group joins us, Erica Humphrey, Julian Hylton, Samsudin Iyama, Darius Jackson, Michaela Jarrell, Oluwatomi Ladipo, Tamia Lewis, Rihanna Maloney, Danielle Moore, and Osei Paco. Please join us on stage. Congratulations. And go back to your seats as the third group comes up and joins us. Akira Palm, Gia Pan, Dwight Parker, Cian Patterson, Lindsay Paul, Marcel Perez, Kathana Rao, Monet Seru, and Angel Sims. Please join us on stage. Congratulations. Fourth group for our Master of Science in the Medical Sciences. Please join us on stage as I call your names. William Smith, Brianna Snowball, Onez Tariq, Tiffany Tolbert, Ashley Tunson, Mackenzie Wall, Jaron Whitehead, Chelsea Wilson, and Megan Wise. Congratulations. Thank you, students. Dr. Morris Benveniste, please join us on stage. He serves as the Director of the Master of Science in Neuroscience. Master of Science in Neuroscience students, please join us on stage. Hamadi Brewer, Shailoren Deering, Tiana Hill, and Imani Roberts. Everyone, please go join them. That way they know she really is blessed and honored. Our final group of JEP students, they represent the Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences Learning Community. Dr. Karen Russell Randall, Director of the Master of Science in Biomedical Research, who's the Learning Community Faculty Mentor. Please join us on stage. Students, please stand and proceed to the stage as I call your names. Aliyah Anderson, Dara Brina, Kyra Brewer, Alexis Clark, Jasmine Farlow, Brianna Kinnell, Danielle Walters, and Daryl Whitehurst. Please join us on stage. Dr. Danita Eatman Daniels, Assistant Dean for Graduate Education in Biomedical Sciences, will conclude this segment of our presentation with the Scientist Pledge. Dr. Eatman.
Dr. Najee, while the PhD students make it back to their seats, but all the JEP students, please stand. All 8 degree programs, please stand. If there are any other scientists in the audience, will you also stand? Or if you're watching on screen, you can participate in the pledge. It can be found on page 29. And we're gonna read this all together. Let's go, scholars. I accept this opportunity to follow the difficult and rewarding path of biomedical science and clinical research. I will endeavor to honor all those who have contributed to this opportunity by always working to the utmost of my abilities and by increasing those abilities when possible. I will strive to advance fundamental knowledge about all living things. I pledge to use my energy, intellect, and education to enhance the lives of all mankind, understanding that often the greatest strides are made through efforts to assist and remain mindful of the ethical implications of my work. I will never use my gifts and skills to intentionally harm any individual or group. In planning and carrying out my work, I will treat this planet and all its life forms with honor and respect. I will honor and respect the efforts of my teachers, taking great care always to give credit where credit is due, and always humbly understanding that all that I do is by standing by the shoulders of the many scientists who have gone before me. I will also honor and respect my students and all who rely on that which I have learned, striving to truthfully and openly disclose all my methods, findings, and conclusions. So long as I adhere to this pledge, may I have continued success in the field of biomedical science and clinical research. Thank you, and welcome, class.
So much, Dr. Edmund Daniels. We will now proceed to our Master of Public Health students. They are in the Graduate Education for Public Health program. We need you more today than we ever needed you as leaders in the field of public health. May I have the following learning community faculty mentors please join us on stage and remain on stage throughout. Dr. Stephanie Miles Richardson, who's also the director of the MPH program. Dr. Brenton Powers, the assistant director of the program. Dr. Elaine Archibooker, Dr. Gamechu Gerby, Dr. Renata Waldrop, and we will start with Mother Hubbard, NPU. Students, please come up on stage as I call your names. Rashad Kuku, Jared Bailey, Jemiah Hart, Zaria Hollins, and Ashley Lloyd. Please join us on stage. These students are in the Neighborhood Planning Unit K. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Congratulations, students. Well, the Master of Public Health, MPUI, this is the Berean Seventh-day Adventist Church Food Bank. Please join us on stage. Darian McFadden, Ashton Tanner, Ty Chambers, Joy Anderson, Joanna Thomas, and Mia Davis. NPUT, learn to grow. Please join us on stage as I call your names. Aaron Wiggins, Frank Barnes, Prada House, Gabrielle Fisher, Yakiri Kelton, and Kayla Berry. For our last group of our regular MPH students, these are students in the MPH Neighborhood Planning Unit L, Vine City, English Avenue, Community Learning Community. Please come up on stage as I call your names. Samuel Freeman, Kamal Hughes, Hunter Williams, Vanessa Ebe, Avi Asante, and Carolina Mahathi. We will recognize our Executive Master of Public Health Learning Community. Please come up on stage as I call your names. Renee Mahathi Harris, Jeffrey Phillips, DeMarcus A. Priya, Dr. Samuel Sason, Morris A. Singletary, Dr. Jared D. Smith, and Dr. Lance S. Young. Stephanie Miles Richardson, Associate Dean for Graduate Education and Public Health, to please lead the students in the International Declaration of Health Rights. Dr. Miles Richardson.
Thank you, Dr. Nachibe. Students, please stand. The International Declaration of Health Rights is found on page 30 in your program, and we will read together. If there are any other public health practitioners who wish to stand and join us, please do. Health requires peaceful and equitable development and collaboration of all peoples. The enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of health is one of the fundamental rights of every human being. It is not a privilege for those with power, money, or social standing. Health is more than the absence of disease, but includes prevention of illness, development of individual potential, a positive sense of physical, mental, and social well-being. Healthcare should be based on dialogue and collaboration between citizens, professions, communities, and policymakers. Health service should be affordable, accessible, effective, efficient, and convenient. Health begins with healthy development of the child and a positive family environment. Health must be sustained by the active role of men and women in health and development. The role of women and their welfare must be recognized and addressed. Healthcare for the elderly should preserve dignity, respect, and concern for a sustainable environment with balanced human populations growth and preservation of cultural diversity. Health depends on the availability to people of basic elements: food, safe water, housing, education, productive employment, protection from pollution, and prevention of social alienation. Health depends on protection from exploitation without distinction of race, religion, political belief, economic or social condition, and together the oath. We, as people concerned about health improvement in the world, do hereby commit ourselves to advocacy and action to promote the health rights of all human beings. Welcome to Morehouse School of Medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Miles Richardson. Let's get another applause, round of applause for all members of the entering class. It's indeed a day that you can all be so very proud of, and congratulations again. As is customary, I want to recognize Constitution Day, which officially occurs on September 17th, the day the U.S. Constitution Convention signed the Constitution in 1787. Students, I want to say congratulations. I wish you all the best during your studies here. All the faculty in the platform and members of the faculty who are present today, and those online, here in the auditorium and everywhere else. Thank you for investing in these bright, promising students and for your unwavering dedication to the mission and the vision of Morehouse School of Medicine. To our families and friends watching online, thank you for sharing this momentous occasion with us. It's really been a great day with Office Creative. To all our donors, our supporters, we know it takes a village to recruit, to educate, and to train health professionals who will one day make an impact in the lives of families and communities. And we're honored that you chose to be part of our village. And last, but certainly not least, another round of applause for our Convocation keynote speaker, Dr. Ngozi. Your conversation with us today was humbling. It was wonderful. It was a trip down memory lane. It was a bit of history. But what it was most of all was that sense of the mission of Morehouse School of Medicine that you've lived for so many years. And I know that you will be missed here, but you will never be forgotten. At the completion of the ceremony, we ask all members of the audience remain in your seats until all platform parties and students fully recessed. Now, Reverend Crawford will deliver benediction for us.
Let us now receive the benediction. Unto you, O God, who allowed us to convene, that we may pen some, cloak others, and congratulate all, we give you thanks. And now, God, as we step down from this place, let us go out into the world, into classrooms and other places, that we may learn and do that which makes us better. Go with us, we do pray. And now, God, we give you the honor, we give you the glory, and all power. In your name we do pray. Everybody say, amen.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Crawford. We will now prepare for the recessional. I want to remind students, lunch will be provided in the NCPC auditorium, and the atrium, actually, not the auditorium. As instrumental begins to play the school's alma mater, SOAR, I ask our platform members to lead a recessional followed by our students. Again, we ask all members of the audience to remain in your seats until our platform party, and of course, all of you students, fully recess from the auditorium. Dr. Montgomery Rice, please lead us off. And this concludes the fall 37th Convocation of White Coat Pinning Ceremony of the Morehouse School of Medicine. Again, congratulations.